Men are taught to colonize at the age of 5 through games like cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians. At the age of 8, we are given helmets and told to hit each other in the head with it. Bleed, but do not show weakness. Cut, but do not cry. Be a man, die for your country, and if death looks you in the face, look it right back and say, bring it on. I fear nothing but intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, most men crumble like cities or quiver like fault lines. The problem is, boy babies get blue socks and girl babies get pink socks. But why not purple? I love theater. I am in the show choir, and if you catch me at a very good time, I could sing any musical theater song you know. Now, for most people, that would create a very feminine stereotype in their head, but it shouldn't. And you will see why in this poetry piece, Defining Masculinity by various authors. Man up is a phrase my father would say. Man up as if to question my masculinity. Like with sword fights with lightsabers. Save your breath. Contrary to what you may believe, not every problem can be solved with growing a pair. You can't arm wrestle your way out of a chemical depression. The CEO of a company that just laid you off does not care how much you bench press. And I promise, there is not a light beer full-bodied enough to make you love yourself. The phrase assaults our self-esteem by suggesting that competence and perseverance are uniquely masculine, that women, not to mention any other man, who doesn't eat steak, drive a pick-em-up truck, and have lots of with the ladies, and otherwise conform to gender norms, are absolutely nothing more than props and background characters who back up the strong, stoic real man. More than anything, though, man up suggests that to be yourself will cost you. Whether you wear skinny jeans, listen to Lady Gaga, rock a little eyeliner, or write poetry. Being yourself will cost you. Ever since I was tall enough to reach the phone, perched and mounted against my wall, I was old enough to answer it. And every time I did, I thought they called me man, because I was cool and hip. But in reality, they were calling me ma'am. Man. I am not a man. I don't like football, boxing, and cars. I like to express my feelings. And I even like to put my arm around my friend's shoulder. I am not a man. I won't play the role assigned to me, the role created by Madison Avenue, Playboy, and Hollywood. Television does not get to dictate my behavior. I am not a man. I cry when I'm unhappy. I do not feel superior to women. I like flowers. I write poetry. But I am not a man. I was always a crier with 3 older brothers manlier and tougher than I. It wouldn't be strange to hear "shut up" or "buck up." Uncomfortably familiar. Like loneliness, hearing "stop being a girl" was a terrible mantra that I just got used to. Like I will never amount to anything, or I will die alone. You ever notice how no one ever says "woman up"? They just simply imply it because the women's movement figured out a long time ago that being directly ordered around by commercials, magazines, and music is dehumanizing. When will men figure that out? For now, men are nothing more than emotional skyscrapers built with glass infrastructure, spray-painted the color of steel, and nicknamed strength. Strange, isn't it? When my father found out that sometimes I like looking at boys, he told me he'd lost a son. I was always so mad at myself for being so sensitive. It wasn't okay to play house with the girls. I was never good at cops and robbers. And when they called roll, they said Alexandria, not Alexander. I didn't come out the way they expected. Man up! Seriously, what does that even mean? Because when I became a man, I learned to cry. I am not ashamed of my tears. As a man, I learned how to love because someday I will become a father. The problem is, boy babies get blue socks and girl babies get pink socks. But why not purple? What about orange, yellow, or rainbow? There are so many beautiful colors and combinations, yet boy babies get blue socks and girl babies get pink socks. Not my baby. I became a man so when he became a man, he would know a man. When I say man up to him, he will know what it really means to be a man. Man up. To be free to express yourself. Man up to want to have meaningful and emotional relationships even with other men. Man up to be weak sometimes. Man up to be strong in a way that isn't about physical power or dominance. Man up to cry if you feel like crying. Man up to ask for help if you need it. Man up to being who you are. My hair is shorter and my voice is a little deeper. And I still might not do things a boy does. Instead, I do things a person does. Thank you.